Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture, your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon Golf Course, and City of St. George Recreation. At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Handel's Ice Cream, Intercap Lending, and Red Rock Real Estate.
Game tonight is we've got some really, really big keys tonight for these two teams looking to make a move. Crimson trying to stay perfect in the region, and Dixie obviously trying to get back into a position where they can win a region title.
And as we talked about, really there's so much parity in the region this year that nobody's really out at this point. This is the final game of the first half of the region slot. And for Crimson, they got to get out in transition. They've got to run, just like a great Mustang would. And the way that they do that is by giving those stops and getting those defensive transitions where they can get out. They've got the playmakers, they have the athletes, and they certainly have the horses to get out into transition. And then they really got to make the extra pass. It really has been the identity of this team for the last couple of years. When they've moved the basketball, when they share the basketball, when they're willing to give a good look up for a great look, that's really when this team is at its very, very best. And then their ability to switch up defenses. They're so good at the zone. They're so good at the full court press. And then they can mix it up with the man, a much improved man from the first half of the season. And then bench minutes is certainly something to watch. Very similar to how Dixie has been the last couple of years where they played 6 and 7 guys. Obviously, fouls could be a contributing factor to that tonight, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Murdoch only go 6 or 7 deep tonight. And then you look over at Dixie. You've got the ability to rebound. They've always had the size and athleticism. This is a big team. They have a little more size than anybody in the region. They're gonna have to rebound tonight, which also translates that size to points in the paint. And then just like anybody else, when you can get those stops, you've got to be able to stop teams in transition to limit those fast break points. And lastly, this is the Achilles heel of every high school team, is limit the turnovers, because that gives you those extra positions or possessions to be able to capitalize on offense.
There you hear the keys to the game. Great stuff from Ben. He'll be with us all night long. And now you can hear the hometown PA announcer, long time here, the Dixie Flyers, Roger Christensen. He's introducing both teams. The American flag is unveiled from the roof here at the hangar. And we're getting closer and closer to Region 9 basketball. Dixie's in that log jam. 3-way tie for second place at 4-2 with Desert Hills and Pineview. By the way, they are playing tonight. It's a stream-only game, but if you were looking for that game, you can watch it on our website, thefansportsnetwork.com, or our YouTube page. If you're on radio tonight and you want to watch Dixie Crimson, same thing. Go home, get the live stream on your smart TV or your phone or your tablet. If you're out and about all night long, stay with us here on the radio for our Boulevard Home Game of the Week. Quick break for our anthem, back with the starting lineups and the tip. It's Flyers, Mustangs, coming up next on the Fan Sports Network.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Oh, hello, Italian night.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Today's game is brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Buck's Ace Hardware, Dealer Collision, and Findlay Subaru.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, on a Wednesday night. Excited here to bring you high school basketball on the network, and appreciate everybody, all our great business partners, making it possible for Get on the Air tonight. Double header for you tonight. Again, if you're looking for Pineview Desert Hills, we got it for you. Fansportsnetwork.com or our YouTube page. Again, if you're listening on radio right now, you're headed home, you want to watch Crimson and Dixie, head to our website or our YouTube page, and you can watch this game. Take a look at our starting lineups tonight, brought to you by the House of Jump. And Ben, usual suspects tonight for both these teams.
Yeah, Crimson's going to start the same lineup. They've only had one variation of that, and that was when J.J. Eaton was out of town for 3 games and missed those. But Dixie, this is an experienced team, actually. Not a ton of varsity experience, but this is a JV team from the last couple of years that has played together for a long time. And I'm excited to watch both of these teams, as it never disappoints here in the hangar with these two teams matched up.
Drake Carroll, Trevor Taylor, J.J. Eaton, McKay Lindquist, Travis Murdoch. That is your starting 5. And here comes Roger Christensen with a little pre-roll video, and then he will introduce the Flyers. It'll be Zeb Webb. Last week, Zed had 21 points, a season high, and really kind of gave Tyson Forsey that 1-2 punch. J.J. Davey, he's shooting 72% from the field. Tyler Waller's shooting over 50% from the field. And then Kimball Carter, the point guard tonight. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Simmons will come off of the bench for Coach Roberts. And I expect, like you said, it might be a little shorter rotation for both these teams tonight.
Yeah, I really expect to see 6 or 7 guys max, unless we see some foul trouble as an issue. But when you look at this Dixie lineup, you see a lot of size, you see a lot of physicality and athleticism. And like every Flyer team for as long as I can remember, from Tyler Roberts all the way to Ryan Cuff, they're just so well coached. They're always prepared. And this is such a tough environment to play in. No team loves to come in here and face the Flyers at home.
They have been the team to beat, obviously. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now. Since, early in the season, they dropped that game out in Hurricane to the Tigers, but now I think people know Hurricane is better than people give them credit for before the season. And they'll get another chance at Hurricane next week here.
Yeah, and I got a chance to see Hurricane twice in the last week. Once against Crimson and once against Pineview. And I was surprised up close and personal how good they are off the dribble, how physical they are. A very different Hurricane team than we've seen in years past. And so I look at that loss. I think it's funny that one week Dixie lost to Hurricane. Dixie then beats Canyon View, and Canyon View then beats Hurricane. And it was so kind of this weird team where 3 teams all lost to each other and all beat one of the other 2 teams. So kind of strange, but again, it goes to the parity that you can see down here in Southern Utah right now. And I'll go down the record saying this every single year. Tyler Roberts gets his teams ready to play. He gives them an enormous amount of confidence. And these are kids that they might not have all that varsity experience to have, but we've seen these guys for the last 3 years as a unit. Colin Simmons is a little bit of a wild card because he's been hurt the last couple of years, but when he is healthy, his size, I had a chance to coach him this summer in AAU basketball, and he is so dominant. When he gets the ball and he gets to go to his strong hand, he can flush it on you in a second if you aren't paying attention.
Crimson comes in shooting 48% as a team on the season. Flyers 52%, but Flyers are 33% from the three-point line, and believe it or not, Crimson only 29% as a team coming into tonight from distance.
Yeah, they haven't for the last couple of years been a real high volume and a high success rate three-point team, but that can change in an instant the way these guys try to shoot.
Tip is in the air, won by the Flyers wearing the home whites. They go right inside to Tyson Forsey, and he scores it. And the Flyers strike with an early 2-0 lead.
A great back screen play designed to get Tyson Forsey the ball right out of the gate, and that's exactly what you do with a scorer. You get into his hands.
2-0, going to work. Drake Carroll, the floater, that won't go. Rebound, Tyler Walter. Here comes Carter, across half court. Now we'll slow it down. Play-by-play tonight brought to you by the City of St. George Rec Center. Your kid's sports journey starts playing youth sports. Visit sgcityrec.org to learn more. Get signed up today. Flyers, mid-range J, Tyson, Forsey, Ben, you know good shooters, and this is one of the best. He was the preseason MVP for a reason in Region 9.
Yeah, and again, credit Coach Roberts. He runs a design play for his lead and scorer and best player on the court, and then you get the ball in his hands again for his sweet spot, a little baseline or a little junction jumper. Like, that's what you do when you get a score going.
Lindquist in the corner. McKay averaging 13.5 points a game. He's got a great mid-range game, but he can't find the range there. Offensive rebound by TT. He'll kick it back to McKay. Mack outside. JJ lines up a triple, and he left it short. Outlet. JJ Eaton still.
And Dev, you talked about the turnovers being an Achilles heel for this Flyer team, as we see an easy one there for JJ Eaton to steal.
Murdoch out top, guarded by Forsey. Flyers in a man-to-man defense, kicks to the corner. Mack with the three, won't go. And rebound over to Carter, head to Forsey. Forsey head fake, wraparound pass, up and in. JJ Davey points in the paint there, Big E.
Yep, they're finding the open spaces and making easy buckets.
Jake Carroll knocks it down as we take a look at that beautiful wraparound pass moments ago, and the action picking up. Flyers with the 6-2 lead. Weber kicks it to JJ Davey, now over to Carter. Carter off a screen to the elbow, lob it high, high catch. JJ trying to keep the control, and he lost it. The thievery by Drake Carroll.
And already 2 quick turnovers there. And this is, again, we talked about the ball movement. The ball's got to move. You either take that shot, put some pressure on the defense, or pass it to the next guy.
Trevor Taylor, left hand, that won't go. Still 6-2 Dixie. 5 minutes, 24 seconds left here on the first quarter clock. The crowd in the hangar packed right on top of you here as Carter drives and left it short. And over the back called on Tyler Walter, his first personal of the game. I feel like I got more crowd mic in my headset than I got commentators' mics tonight. Loud in the hangar, baby. I love it. We're packed right in with the fans here at Dixie High.
We are in the midst, a sea of blue and navy blue. And so far, so good. This is the point in these region games. We've seen it all year where they're kind of filling each other out, as we see Lindquist here with a little double screen action.
He'll get it over to JJ, then cut through. Nothing there. Go to Murdoch. Murdoch all the way in and left it short.
And that's just a shot he's made all season.
Got it back and puts it up and in. There is Travis Murdoch staying with the play. And a turnover by the Flyers, but it was touched by the Mustangs, so never mind. It won't be a turnover.
But 2 early turnovers already as we see the replay there. But that also, look, great finish by Travis. He never gives up on a play. He finds a way to just always be around the ball. And just a real knack for it. But look to a little specialized drop here to get, yep, there we go. Walter's going to get that. And that's just a great play to find him on the block. Simple out of bounds plays. I love when teams try to capitalize on those baseline out of bounds.
Walter, yeah, it was designed, and Tyler Roberts always has those drawn up. Mustangs, Lindquist on the wing. 8-4 lead for Dixie High School, wearing the whites with the blue trim. The dark blue with the gray numbers for Crimson Cliffs tonight.
And again, you see the ball kind of sitting a little bit in guys' hands. Quicker passes, especially when you're trying to feel the team out, trying to get a feel defensively where they're at. Move the ball, right? Move and cut.
As always, during high school basketball games, we're looking for a Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert. Over 55 points by either team. Fans, you win at Yoderland after the game. Tip up and in. Tipped again and won't go. Lindquist grabs it. Spin move. Still trying to find a passing lane, and it's taken away.
And that's
tipped and stolen back by Taylor to Eaton. Eaton finger roll. No!
That's one he certainly wants back. Not sure about the call there. You've let him play so far. Let him continue to play. Great steal, but like on that pass there, this is the turnover thing we're talking about, as we see a 3rd turnover for Dixie. But even when Lindquist gets down in the paint, any player, get your base, square up, go up strong, and draw the foul.
It's so loud in here, and there's so much movement. Our scoreboard's rattling around. 8-4 for our viewers and our radio audience on the Wilkinson's House Alighting scoreboard. Mid-range jumper for Forsey. That spins out no good.
And he rolls his head back thinking, oh my gosh, what more do I have to do?
And Trevor Taylor, drives down the lane like a young Big E.
Yeah. And we go back to the keys to the game. Transition D, certainly something the Flyers have got to stop tonight. An athletic move from Trevor Taylor, also known as the X Factor.
Trevor Taylor with the replay up top. You got your live action down below here for our audience on the fansportsnetwork.com. Down inside, pump fake. J.J. Davey left hand, no. Good rebound by Trevor Taylor. McKay across the timeline. Mack, waist-high dribble, using a screen, goes right to the elbow, pump fake, leaping leaner, that won't go. And rebound to J.J. Davey. Ahead to the corner to Weber. One bounce back out to Forsey with the frosted tips. Like a young Ben Lindquist with the frosted tips.
Exactly.
I think I did have the frosted tips once upon a time, too.
You strike me as a frosted tips guy for sure, Dev.
Yeah, could have been a travel, but no call. 8-6, Flyers by 2. With possession here, 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first quarter in our Boulevard home game of the week. Carter lobs it down inside, quick spin move by Davey. Davey traveling. Bruce Clark, our official, giving that walk sign.
But Dev, this is what Dixie does so well, and this is why they're up 8-6 with just 2:08. Is they're so patient, right? They get a turnover there. That's their 4th of the game. That's been an Achilles heel for them. We've talked about that. But they're so patient, right? They try and get it into the right spots, and that's something that they're going to have to continue to do to beat this Crimson team.
And something that they usually execute on from Coach Roberts. You know, he works on stuff like that in practice.
Absolutely.
A lot of practice time spent on stuff like you just described. Murdoch in the corner, lobs it into Drake. Whip pass to Taylor, an easy lay-in. And Trevor Taylor's got a quick 4 points tonight.
And you see when the ball moves for this Mustang team, they're just so hard to guard.
Carter to Forsey. Forsey, third in the region, 16.9 points per game for number 2 in blue and white tonight. Thought about a 3 and said Tyson would kick it back to Simmons. Simmons, just a junior, just checked in. You might remember his older brother Lyman Simmons, great player that played for Snow Canyon. And a little foul and a hand check impeding progress.
Good call there, just a little bit of a dislodge there on the ball screen. But again, Dixie looks to have a little bit of a strategy here to take this game down in the shot clock. And the Mustangs so far have done a great job of really getting that defense, getting that rebound. They haven't had many second chance opportunities on the offensive end. And so, look, it's 8-8. I think this is kind of what we expected out of the first quarter, is these two teams feeling each other out.
Fresh shot clock. Flyers go to work. 8-8 game. Carter. Davey back out top to Forsey with 14 on the shot clock. Forsey, a little hesitation to the rack, scores it with a little English off the window and a kiss. Taylor quickly into the transition. Kick to Murdoch, he'll hoist and hit. Big time 3, and that's on fire. Triple for Travis Murdoch.
And Travis is such a great spot-up shooter. A great job of getting transition offense up the floor. So we see him, when he steps into a shot, he's just such a high percentage shooter.
11-10 our score. Mustangs, that is their first lead of the night. Flyers look like they want to hold for the final shot. There's about a half-second differential shot and game clock. Davey kicks it to Forsey. Forsey drives the baseline. Ball fake, whips it. Davey can't handle it. Ball's loose. 3 seconds. Murdoch's got to let it fly. And he tries a shovel pass, deflected, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, I'll chime in here real quick with, first of all, I've been watching you guys' streams from Oregon where I live, and it's been exceptional fun. This area of the country loves their basketball. My first quarter observation really is this. Dixie seems to have their first 10 plays scripted, and they've executed, and they're setting screens, and it feels like they are making the easy baskets. Crimson, on the other hand, seems to have to take what they're getting and go a little more scrambling, but at the end of the day, battling and coming through. They didn't get second opportunities early, but they're staying in it. And defensively, they're tipping balls. So it feels like it's almost two teams that are playing at a different pace right now. But at the same time, the team that seems to be having to adjust more is ahead.
Great stuff there, Big E. And second quarter about to begin. real quickly, we lost a Region 9 icon in Coach Lynn the other night, Ben, and obviously longtime great coach. You played for him at Pineview High School, and thoughts and prayers to him and his family.
Yeah, you know, there are a lot of incredible coaches out there, but Coach Lynn Christensen is at the top of my list, not only in what he taught me and many others in X's and O's, but what he taught so many young men about being men.
Absolutely, and the Christensen family and the Region 9 and St. George basketball family sending our condolences. And there is McKay Lindquist hammering one down for Grandpa. And a block by Lindquist defensively. Here come the Mustangs, up by 4, and a whistle and a foul. Forsey probably wanted to foul there to slow things down a little bit.
Yeah, and honestly, only his first foul, probably a good foul, as the Mustangs had for sure numbers down there, a potential 4-on-2 or maybe even 3.
Yeah, he grabbed him. Easy call there for the officials.
But give Coach Murdoch credit. A design play right out of the quarter to one of their shooters, and another shooter here. I like that shot. Oh, just doesn't go down for Murdoch. But again, he's one of the best shooters in the region. He's got to catch and shoot it when he gets in that position.
Reach-in foul going to be called on J.J. Eaton. And 14-10, early moments here, quarter number 2. Flyers and Mustangs. If you're keeping track of the RPI, Dixie comes in at number 5 in the latest RPI. Crimson is number 8. So RPI points definitely on the line with 2 top teams in the RPI going head-to-head tonight.
And this Flyer team reminds me a lot of the Dana Altman Oregon teams, where as the season goes on and progresses, they just get better. They just figure more and more out. As we see Colin Simmons with a great lob there from... And J.J. Eaton right back at it. Colin Simmons wasn't a part of that block, but almost another turnover.
And now mad scramble intensity really picking up here in the hangar. Take another look. This is the beautiful pass, Big E, to find Simmons.
Carter there with a great lob.
Yeah, I mean, he drove it to the pinch post and got the defenders to get him, and just easy pass inside.
Flyers down by 2 with the possession. Into Walter. Quick shot up and in. Nothing but nylon there for Mr. Walter.
I really like his game, and you can see why Coach Roberts has got him on the floor, and while he has Simmons coming off the bench, I think that's some options that Coach Roberts has to go back and forth. As we see a 3 from Drake Carroll, who is shooting the ball so well the last couple of weeks.
And he's got 5 now, and that's a Nets on fire 3, and the lead is back up to 17-14. Tight one here in the first half.
You see a focus on getting the ball in the paint for Dixie. As much as they have shooting from Forsey, as he shoots one there from long, and maybe the first offensive rebound for this Flyer team, but all the focus is getting it down low as we see another Flyer turnover. I actually thought that was a great pass. Good no-look bounce pass. Sometimes the big fellas have a hard time with the bounces, though.
A deep carom on that 3-point shot. And then, does Forsey shoot the mid-range here? No, he tries to make the pass, unselfish play, but it results in a giveaway.
It's a great pass. I think as a coach, you take that any single time you can get it.
17-14, 5:50 left here in the first half.
And we do have Britton Phillips in for the first time. This will be the 6th guy for this Mustangs team.
And Britton Phillips actually leading 3-point shooter at over 40%. But McKay Lindquist says, "It's my night, baby." Another triple for McKay. Forsey driving down the lane. Action heating up, and he's fouled. They'll head to the line. Let's go back to that Lindquist 3, guys. What'd you see?
He was very intentional. He knew he was going to create some space, and he elevated and hit the shot.
Looked like Pops, just with the right hand instead of the left. Forsey to the fabulous Freddy's free throw line, and it's good. Forsey right in the middle of the MVP race. Of course, usually the region MVP voted by the coaches goes to the team that wins region. And of course, Crimson comes in undefeated 5-0. Dixie is 4-2. This is the first of 2 meetings between the 2 teams. 1 of 2 on the free throws, split a pair. That's a 5-point lead for the Mustangs with the basketball. Inside to Murdoch, forcing the action. Ball knocked out of bounds, and his last touch by who? Forsey, they say.
And I think Forsey's saying, what more do you want me to do on defense? As I'm straight up, and he was trying to draw the contact, but I'll tell you, Travis Murdoch is one of the best of getting that shoulder and just getting you off balance enough that you feel like you have to do something you're not used to doing. And that's the sign of a great offensive player. Get your defender off balance or uncomfortable. Let them react to you, not the other way around.
Inside to Phillips, outside to Murdoch, corner pocket three, not this time. And an offensive rebound, Drake Carroll. Whip it to the middle to Trevor. Back to McKay. McKay wants a heat check three. He's already hit 2 tonight in the first half. He wants another one. See if they get him a good look. Drake will heave, and Drake will hit. Nets on fire three for DC, 1-2. Crimson got a little boom, boom, boom in the crowd choreographed tonight. There's a three by the Flyers. That won't go, and here comes the Mustangs. Largest lead of the game right now, it's 8. There's Lindquist, he wants another one. Ricochets off, no good. Rebound Flyers. Lob it high, Davey, tough catch, couldn't do it.
And Dev, the 6th turnover, the keys to the game are starting to make a lot more sense as Coach Roberts has been trying to focus on this. Think about this for a second. It's 6-1 in turnovers. That's 6 missed opportunities to shoot. And when you shoot it at 52% and 33% from the 3, you're giving up potentially, well, I don't know, 6 to 8 points.
Yeah, usually if you can get an even ratio, you know, if you force 12 turnovers, get 12 points off turnovers, that's a good number in basketball at the high school level.
Yeah, absolutely. And this one's going to hurt as Walters is going to pick up his second halfway through, 4:20 in the second quarter. This will bring Colin Simmons back on the floor. And I think if you're Coach Roberts and Coach Murdoch for the Mustangs, these two are almost very similar in their size, their build, and their games. I would probably put Colin as the more athletic and longer player. And so almost a little couple of twin towers.
Taylor,
as we see the second one missed there from Trevor Taylor.
Yep, no good, and rebound Flyers. Flyers need a bucket here, down by 8, approaching the halfway point here in the second quarter. Weber, whose dad, Cody, played for Coach Lynn Christensen back in the day. And there's a triple by Forsey. It looks good, it is good. Nets on fire 3 for Forsey.
And this is where the Mustangs players have got to know, you don't fight through the screen. Trail that hip and make sure that he can't get the 3 off, as we see a foul by Colin Simmons, who had just come in. And that's going to be, as we look up at the big board, that's going to be his, well, they're flashing right now. They don't even have him up on the lineup quite yet.
That was, Ben, take me through.
That's going to be his first foul, but
Carroll short on the first free throw attempt. Take me through what you like about the release from Forsey here on that last three-pointer.
This is just a simple flare screen off of the Simmons screen, but this is what high school players don't do this enough. You've got to throw your eye over your shoulder, see where the defender's going. That time, Phillips tried to go over the screen, so he flared out and got the wide open 3. I like the idea of trailing on the hip of a great shooter.
Flyers in the corner, Forsey. Down by 6. Nice little step through, and he can't finish the finger roll. Here comes Murdoch. High pass to Taylor. Left hand lay-in, no. Left it short. Rebound, Davey. Both teams some good opportunities there, squandered away.
A great opportunity. They've had a couple of great looks in transition and just kind of alligator on those layups. But a 6-point lead here, Dev. 24-18, 3:07 left in the second.
Carter drives hard and it's fouled hard.
And that's going to be Taylor's first foul of the night. Actually, that's going to be his second. Be interesting to see if he goes back to Phillips here.
Carter decisive here. He gives it up and then wants to go, but Taylor.
So diagramming that up, Dev. That handoff into a ball screen, you've got to help. If you see Murdoch here in the help side positions, the ball rotates over, okay? Lindquist goes over. Murdoch's got to be in the gap there, stepping over and communicating, right? If your guy set the screen, you're calling left or right, and then that's also Lindquist's job to speak too. Hey, you take mine, I've got yours.
Carter nails the fabulous Freddy's free throws. Lindquist kicks it out to Carroll. Down to the corner to Eaton.
And that's where he's just got to be more aggressive, Dev. If you get the ball in the paint, you got to square up and be a force.
Inside, and Simmons hammers Murdoch.
That's going to be Simmons' second foul.
Like that hard flash by Murdoch, though. Watch how hard Murdoch flashes here. Not a lot of room, but they feed it to him.
Great pass by Carroll, one of the best passers in Region 9. And that's going to be Simmons, although they don't have him listed on the scoreboard appropriately.
You got him for 3?
Well, I've got him for 2 for sure, but I also have Walter for 2. But up on the scoreboard, they've got the wrong numbers. We see Murdoch knock down 2 free throws. The best free throw shooter, I think, on this Mustang team, and maybe the best in the region.
It's Carter, Davey, Forsey, Simmons, and Weber on the court for Tyler Roberts. And a whistle and an off-ball foul. It's Britton Phillips, McKay Lindquist, with Murdoch, Eaton, Carroll on the court right now for the region-leading Mustangs. Trying to stay unbeaten here. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first half. 6-point lead. And lead down to 5. The big fella Simmons.
And Collins got a great soft touch. And that's one of those things where we haven't seen this a lot this year, this early in the quarter. The new rule where 5 fouls is 2 free throws, not a 1-and-1, as we see a little full court pressure here. More smoke and mirrors. But both of these teams are in the bonus, so 2.5 minutes left. If I'm a coach, I'm telling these guys, and how about you, Big B, go in and get a foul, as we see on cue. Tyson Forsey picking up his second foul.
Well, it's great. Crimson's getting to the line for sure. I think they've made only 3 of their last 6, so it's time to convert these.
Take another look at that hard foul. And he was trying to front him, and easy call for the official. Murdoch to the line, got it. Tonight's game brought to you by Honolulu Grill. Spreading the aloha. Stop into Honolulu Grill, corner 7 South, 7th East for your favorite Hawaiian dishes. It's all good.
And that's going to be 2 of 2 and 4 of 4 on the night. That'll be his 9th point. He leads that Crimson team with 9. Drake Carroll with 8. Lindquist with 6. And Trevor Taylor with 4.
Pretty balanced. 28-22, 6-point lead for the Cliffs. Turning the corner, Weber. Stop, pop, and hit. Zed Weber, that was pretty.
When guys go to their strong hand, I heard this talked about over the weekend on College Hoops as well. Guys going to their strong hand, it's just they're used to doing it their entire life. Take them away from that hand, make them go left.
Inside they go. Murdoch slithers it over with a shovel pass. Eaton can't connect. And it's knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Dixie basketball. Wow, that was a pretty good look for JJ.
And give credit to Dixie here, as they were down 8. It felt like it was starting to slip away a little bit. They've responded. And Crimson is going to be kind of shrugging their shoulders a little bit as they've missed some really, really good looks at the rim.
Forsey to the rack and scored in a foul. The old-fashioned 3-point play opportunity.
And Dev, this is what we just got done talking about. When you let a guy go so strongly to his right hand on that screen, Phillips has got to be up there, right? Let Carroll take the roll guy. Great play as the roll guy comes off and gets a down screen. Really hard to defend, but you can't let a player go to his right when you're the preseason Region 9 MVP. And that's going to be just like that. 11 points for Forsey. He's got 2 and 1s.
Yeah.
There's been a little bit of a shift in the game in that Dixie early was doing everything out of sets and screens and trying to get passes under the basket to guys, and now it's shifted a little bit more. Guys are taking their man to the rack, and defensively, Crimson has to be ready to help their teammates out.
Nobody home there. Carroll trying to go inside, and it's a turnover, and that is turnover number 3. Not bad. Coach Murdoch won't be too upset with only 3 turnovers.
No, I mean, no coach likes a turnover, but that's one where I love the idea. The one-handed pass always looks good, but especially on those wraparound passes, you want to keep it in both hands as long as you possibly can.
Forsey to Davey. Davey to left wing to Weber. Simmons straight away. And moving it quickly, they drop it inside. Davey backing his way down on Taylor. Turns up and under, pass. Weber lay in front of the rim, got it. Unselfish Flyer basketball on that possession. 6 guys touched the ball.
And they move the ball so well. But this is where you can't lose your man, right? If you're away from the ball, you've got to have your pistols out, right? We always say a pistol on the guy with the ball and a pistol on your man. Always drop it deeper. It's like a thin triangle. The man, you, and the other man with the ball. And so that's one where you just can't turn your head in basketball. You got to drop lower, and as your guy cuts, you got to put an arm in him to stop him from that deep cut into the paint.
Ben Lindquist, we call him Big E, Eric Lautenbach, and we are in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. I'm Devin Dixon, excited to have you watching or listening to our Boulevard Home Game of the Week tonight here. 29-28. Crimson had pushed that lead up, but the Flyers have roared back to take a 1-point lead with under a minute left here in the first half. Coming up at the half, brought to you by Great Harvest Bread Company. We'll get you scores from that Hurricane Cedar game. We'll check in on the Desert Hills Pineview game. And we'll get you all of the stats from this first half. But still, let's see how this last 55 seconds plays out. Inside to Murdoch. Bounce it over to Taylor. Whip it back out to Drake. He'll hoist a 3 and misfire. Rebound Davey, and the Flyers, here they come, up by 1.
Get a chance to extend that lead. Looks like about 4 seconds differential from game clock and shot clock. And Coach Roberts going to spread it out until he gets exactly what he wants.
Carter over to Howard. Mac Howard just checked into the game. And off Carter's hands. That's going to be a backcourt violation. I think it went out of bounds anyway.
And you see Coach Roberts over there. He wanted to just lose it, and he thought, well, okay, we're up 1. I got my leading scorer who's hot. He's protecting him on the bench right now because he has 2 fouls. You don't want to pick up that silly third. But if Crimson can get a bucket here and steal back some of this momentum, as they almost turn it over there.
9 seconds to go. Lindquist takes a deep 2. On line, nothing but the bottom for Mac. Woo, he's got 8. Leap and lean. Good if it goes. It goes! It goes! For Carter! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Take another look to beat the horn, and Dixie has a 32-30 lead at the break.
And sure enough, the refs got it dead on. There was about 0.3 seconds left. And this is how you have to finish a half. You get a great bucket there. Trevor Taylor doesn't want to get the foul. Get in front of him and just make it. I mean, look, it's not bad defense, but you got to see it all the way through.
Yeah, just stay a little closer there. You kind of let him go by, and that gave him a clean look. But you're not expecting that to go in. Home court advantage, though. They don't practice that shot at Dixie High School too often, do they?
And interesting to note and think about, Dev, last year, Crimson had all the momentum, if you recall, and I believe it was Jordy Roberts hit one from the three-point line to end a quarter, and it stole back some of that momentum. It'll be interesting to see if Crimson can maintain that coming back out and steal it right back.
We got a good one brewing at the half. 32-30 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Dixie has the lead. Coming up, the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show. And we'll give you a little of the Jetettes right after a quick timeout.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Today's game is brought to you by Down East, House of Jump, Udine Associates, and Best Friends Animal Sanctuary.
Back here at the half, appreciate Great Harvest Bread Company. Hey, did you know they can cater your next team event, your lunch, your party? Catering with salads and tasty, healthy treats. Check out Great Harvest Bread Company's 2 Southern Utah locations. And don't forget to use them for your next catering, for your next event. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, Eric Lutenbach. I hope I'm saying that right. I just call him Big E.
Yeah, you are. You're my friend.
I love it. I love it. We have got a good one, 32-30. Dixie on a half-court shot takes the 2-point lead. Jetettes are performing here. They took 3rd place last night in the region drill meet. Snow Canyon took 2nd, and the Desert Hills Thunder Tempest line took 1st place, and State's next weekend for our local drill teams. That should be fun. And this is their dance routine. And let's check the stats tonight. Brought to you by Best Friends. Best Friends is taking a bunch of animals in from the fires in California, and they're doing a special through the end of the month, just $25 to adopt a pet. That's the adoption fee, only $25. 90-minute drive up to the sanctuary. You're going to love it, and take home your new best friend. Ben, pretty balanced scoring for both teams in that first half.
Well, we'll go with the Flyers out of the gate. Tyson Forsey, almost half of the Flyer points with 13, followed by Simmons with 4. Carter with that 3 there, spectacularly from just over the half-court line. And then you've got Walters with 6, you have Davey with 2, and you have Weber with 4 there, 4 of which were in the second quarter there, as he kind of got that stalled Flyer offense going early in the second quarter. Looking over to the Crimson team, you have Travis Murdoch with 9 points, 4 of those from the foul line. Again, we talked about what a great foul shooter he is. Lindquist with 8, Eaton with 1, Taylor with 4, and Carroll with 8. He kind of started out hot and didn't quite get the looks there late in the second quarter.
Take a look at a couple other things, and one, Big E, points in the paint. I wasn't tracking points in the paint, but that was one of our keys tonight. Did you guys feel, I feel like both teams had a lot of points in the paint in that first half.
I think Dixie got a lot of action underneath by getting the ball there. And then when, like on that one play, late, Forsey gets totally locked up under the basket, not going to be able to make a move easily, and he gets a perfect cut from his guard for the score. I think Crimson was finding it in there. They were working hard to get it and just needed to convert a little bit better underneath. Had some good looks, but like Ben said, short-armed a couple. But, there was early in the second quarter, I saw Crimson kind of go from kind of letting Dixie decide what they were going to do to where they were very deliberate, got some great threes, guys shooting in motion, set, and drained them. And, they were up 8. There was a 3 from Dixie that made it 5. I would say that 3 was worth about 6 points because it killed the momentum that Crimson had accumulated.
Good stuff there, Big E. Let's take another quick break. This is the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show. When we come back, we got to get you some rink. Yes, skatetherink.com. The rink will give you all the Region 9 updates on the other games. They're all pacing about the same, give or take a few minutes. And we'll get you some scores from around the country. At the half, Dixie behind a big-time half-court shot. Take another look. If you just turn on your I lost that. But we had that half-court shot to give them a 32-30 lead over Crimson. Should be an entertaining second half. Quick break, and we're back at it here in the hangar on your sports leader, the Fan Sports Network.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com. At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports. Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Today's game is brought to you by Everbowl, Back 9 Golf, Fabulous Freddy's, and Great Harvest Bread Company.
We're looking live as we welcome you back here at the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show to a 32-30 Dixie lead over Crimson. At the break is the Shoot for Cash, raising some money for the local programs here at Dixie High School. The more they make, the more they make for the soccer team or the drill team or whatever club they choose. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, Eric Ludenbach here in the broadcast booth. And Ben, let's get everybody some scores from those other 2 region games before we go any further in our halftime show.
Absolutely. Over at Desert Hills, it's Pineview 20, Desert Hills 18 at the half. And then if you go up to the Hurricane Cedar game there, Hurricane jumped out to a quick, I believe, 13-0 lead, and Cedar's battled back. It's now 24-22, Hurricane up just 2. And boy, who knows, that could be an interesting game, as Hurricane's been playing as good as anybody, and Cedar's really had a struggle to start this region season, winless.
Yeah, they are looking for their first win, but Coach Monks is not going to let those guys give up, and you got to believe that the second time through, if they can make some adjustments, that they'll give everybody a good game and maybe pick up a win or 2 along the way. You've got some other scores going on from around the country tonight in college basketball, but I'm not going to go into those right now. I want to get back to this game. And Ben, we started talking about it a little bit earlier. We lost a legend, a Region 9 icon, a Southern Utah basketball coach, and Coach Lynn Christensen. Everybody just called him Coach Lynn. You played for him, obviously, part of the family there with Joy. And obviously, everybody's mourning the loss of Coach Lynn. And I just wanted you to maybe take a couple minutes. I thoughts and prayers to the family, Hammer, and all the crew, but maybe tell a couple stories about what made him such a great coach and some memories you have.
Yeah, sudden, right? It's hard to watch the legends in our life get older. Even though he won, I never envisioned him dying. And it's funny, he was so tough, physically, mentally, and you just kind of figured a guy like that was going to live forever. Even when he started getting older, I thought, the guys like that don't ever die. They're just too tough and too cool and larger than life. But, I've got so many great stories about Coach Lynn. He taught me really the importance of preparation. When a lot of high school teams didn't scout, he scouted feverishly. He'd send his assistants over. He would travel even on off nights. He was doing whatever he could to watch film and do everything else. And so he's given a couple great talks that I've had the chance to listen to. One last night with the family as Gina, his oldest daughter, shared an experience where he went and talked to a group of institute students, and he talked about the game of life, and he talked about preparation and how to overcome mistakes. And so for me, some of the best lessons I can think about is there were a couple times where he could have kicked me out, he could have done all sorts of things, and he always wanted to get the best out of me. He kind of gravitated towards the problem cases, myself included, but I still remember we won the region my junior year. Surprisingly, we weren't expected to. We won it convincingly, and then my senior year, we had the most talented team in all of 3A. It was 3A then, and I was going through something. I don't know what it was. I can't remember. I try to forget the bad stuff, but I wasn't holding my end of the bargain up to the standards of a Panther player and what I had committed to him through the contract that he had to sign. And I still remember we were in the lead for region. We were going to play Cedar, and I had done something that I shouldn't have done, and he sat me for the whole entire first quarter as we see an incredible sandwich putt from the three-point line on the other side of the court, go through a tiny hole, and I think that guy gets sandwiches for a year or something crazy. But so Dev, picture this: we're leading, we're tied for a critical region game. We go up to Cedar. Most coaches would have said, "Hey, I'm going to put the star player. We can't go in without him." And he sat me, and I had a horrible game, and I did not play good. We ended up losing at Cedar. We lost a couple of other games we should have won, and we didn't end up winning region that year. But I've always thought back on that lesson. There are no shortcuts. You can't say one thing and do another and expect to be a champion. And so he really taught me, like, you got to do the hard work. And when you agree to do something and hold a high standard, your responsibility as a player and as a man is to hold up your end of the agreement. And so, you know, he has another one of his fun jokes with me was, there was a portion over on the court off to the side where the bleachers are when they're up during practice, that he would just point. If I threw an around the back pass that went up into the stands, or I did something stupid as a 17-year-old kid does, by halfway through the season, he would just point. And it was then referred to as Lindquist Lane. And I ran more as a high school player than I think any other high school player ran. And the reason I share that is in college and in high school, nobody was in better shape than I was. Nobody could outrun anybody like I could. And I might not have been the most athletic, I might not have been the most talented, but he taught me how to outwork everyone on the court and really taught me how to play defense too. He was an incredible defensive X's and O's guy and really taught me the fundamentals of the game and believed that I had greatness in me before I really knew it myself.
How many region championships did he win? Do you remember the number and how many years in total he coached? Because I know he counted.
I believe it's 11 region championships and one state championship at Hurricane. And then, of course, we played my sophomore year up at Cedar against Cedar in a real offensive barn burner. I think it was 23-36. And so think about that in a high school basketball game. We scored 23 points. And, but we played great defense. We struggled that game. But really an incredible man, an incredible leader, and to me, one of the greatest high school coaches on earth. And I don't say that lightly.
Well said. Yeah, and again, condolences, thoughts, prayers to the entire Christensen family and to all the players that learned life lessons like you did and played for him. I bet he touched thousands of players' lives over his coaching career. And what a career it was.
It's funny, Richard Eaton, who played with him on my team as well, his son's on the court tonight. My son's on the court tonight. Coach Lynn's grandson. You got Weber, who Cody, his dad, played for Coach Lynn, and I'm probably missing a couple of others as well. That family tree is still going on, and one more thing I would just add is the services are this Saturday at 11 o'clock in the Washington Fields. I believe there's an obituary that's going up on St. George News tonight or tomorrow, and I know the family would love to have their dad and husband and grandfather honored, and so what better way to celebrate a guy's life than to bring everybody together and remember the legacy of Coach Lynn Christensen.
Absolutely, well put, and it'll be a huge crowd. I bet it's going to be absolutely packed there for the services on Saturday. Welcome back, of course, to the hangar, 32-30. We're going to take just a quick break. But it was a great walk down memory lane honoring Coach Lynn by Ben and everybody that knew him. When we come back, second half adjustments and the action. Flyers leading the Mustangs 32-30 here on the Fan Sports Network.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Handel's Ice Cream, Intercap Lending, and Red Rock Real Estate.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Halftime, 2-point lead for Dixie. Travis Murdoch has 9 in the first half. Drake Carroll, McKay Lindquist chipping in 8 each. And 13 for Tyson Forsey to pace the Flyers. Let's talk second half adjustments brought to you by Finley Subaru. And, of course, let's start with the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Big E, your thoughts. What's Coach Murdoch talking about? What adjustments do you anticipate?
You know, I think that they need to keep being intentional but still aggressive. They need to convert when given the opportunity and find the right places to convert. But I thought there was a stretch where they played some great basketball for 5 minutes, kind of the end of the first quarter and into the second quarter.
All right, adjustments there. Big E, great job. Ben, for Dixie, what do you expect?
I think Coach Roberts likes where they're at, right? The game started to slip away. Crimson built a lead to 8. And then Dixie just kind of clawed their way back in with a couple of big baskets by Tyson Forsey and some great stops down there on the defensive end. So I think for him, he's saying, hey, look, guys, this third quarter, the way we start, we're a third quarter team. Let's come out. We start with the ball. We had all the momentum from that half-court shot. Let's go out here and see if we can push the lead to 6 or 8 and give ourselves a little bit of a cushion.
Second half play-by-play brought to you by Intermountain Sports Performance.
And interestingly enough, Crimson's going to drop into a little bit of a zone here. Going to make sure they got to cover these corners.
And Forsey will test him with a 3. It won't go, but Walter grabs a rebound.
And one of the hardest things to do out of a zone there, Devin, is to rebound the basketball as Crimson gives up an early offensive rebound there. But maybe more concerning, I don't know if he's going to be able to stay in this for too long just because of the size. Great rebound by J.J. Eaton and a foul there. And this one's going to just frustrate the head coach, as that'll be his third foul. Be interesting to see if he's going to go to Colin Simmons here or if he's going to let him play through this foul.
With that wild finish of the first half, I'm very curious to see which team in these first few possessions tries to show something to take command.
Still 32-30, 45 seconds into the third period here. Mustangs going to work. To the free throw line, to Taylor, back to Drake outside. He'll put it on a bounce down the lane. Spins, then it'll whip pass, deflected and stolen away.
And that's one where you just have to drop it down, right? The no look isn't necessary there.
Corner pocket, 3 is in the air, and Weber can't connect. Offensive rebound again for the Flyers, though. Key number 1 for them tonight, winning on the Red Rock Real Estate rebounds.
And 2 possessions, 2 offensive rebounds. They're going to stay in the zone.
Still by Drake. Here he comes, right hand laying from the left side, and we are tied at 32.
And that'll be double figures for Carroll, who's been really good on the offensive in the last 2 weeks of the season, and always good on ball on defense.
Give you the replay that's still there up top, live action down low for our television viewers. Great thievery and easy laying for Drake. And a steal by Lindquist. Here comes McKay across half court. Mack whips it to Taylor. Taylor all the way in, missed the lay-in. Little too strong. Rebound
for a great steal, a great delayed pass as he kind of waited for the double whammy of Trevor Taylor. 2 tees.
Forsey right down the lane, ball fake, head fake, stripped in, stolen away. Another steal by the Mustangs.
And almost a foul on Forsey with the reach.
Murdoch to McKay. McKay knifing down the lane. Probably fouled, no call. Rebound Dixie. Outlet ahead. Weber. 16-footer. And a follow-up dunk by Tyler Walter. It went right to him and he flushed it down.
And a great decision by Coach Roberts to leave him in there as it pays early dividends. But looked like a great look. You gotta get a body on the guy. Lindquist, you gotta go over there and throw a body on him. These guys are too big and strong.
House of jump, dunk, jump, dunk, dodge. It's encouraged to bounce off the walls at House of jump. Walter with the dunk. Lindquist will try a triple. That's short. Rebound, Dixie. Carter across half court. Fresh shot clock there. Flyers are leading by 2, 34-32. Our score here at the Hangar Packed House tonight for this Region 9 showdown. Davey back out to Kimball Carter. Down the lane, nothing there. Good closeout. Now Forsey with it.
See, and that's where they've got to have the help and then the rotation there.
And a little floater, good by Walter. Back-to-back buckets for T-Dub.
A much-needed basket right here for this Crimson team as the momentum is shift off of that Walter dunk and then follow jumper.
Lead is 4. Pass by Taylor. Eaton tips it to Murdoch.
They've got to stop throwing those little casual passes. The ball's too important in these types of games.
Possession.
Dixie does have their hands in the passing lanes. This time it's a pass. It's swatted away out of the hand of Eaton by Walter. Here comes Weber. Weber left hand short. Offensive rebound. Davey puts it up and home. J.J. Davey. Ahead to Eaton. And a block by Walter again. Are you kidding me? And a technical foul is called on J.J. Eaton, I believe. Take another look at the swat.
He's wreaking havoc in there on the inside with his length, making things happen.
And he turns around to give him a little bit of the, just make sure you saw that. But the baseline official, Bruce, there, he kind of saw it, and then he started to jog, but they caught them. You know, you lingered a little bit too long with the trash talk there, and these are automatic from Mr. Murdoch. He just doesn't miss free throws.
2 in a row from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line, and that cuts it to 38-34 with 4 minutes and 2 seconds left here in the third quarter.
And also going to be, you know, as Big E said here, a possession coster as well. And I believe in high school that counts, technical counts as a personal.
So that's 4.
So that's going to be 4, and he was the most explosive player. You see why Coach Roberts left him on the floor.
Couldn't agree more. Walter will have to sit probably for the rest of the third at least. Eaton, tip, Forsey steals it. Dixie's coming out and cranking up the defense. Carter across half court. Over to Forsey, back to Carter on a flip. 25 on the shot clock, plenty of time for the Flyers. Weber, right to the middle. Nothing there, kicks it back out, they'll reset. Man-to-man defense applied here by the Mustangs. Simmons to Davey, now down to 10, so he'll fire a triple, not this time. Offensive rebound, put that good, Tyson Forsey, oh yeah.
Only place the ball could have come off for Dixie to get the offensive rebound, and it did.
Replay, and then live action on the split screen for you here. Lindquist going to work. Nice pivot work with the footwork, and it goes! A little fade away! McCain Lindquist, and a timeout taken by the Mustangs head coach, Coach Scott Murdoch.
And I'd like to see Lindquist do a little more of this. He's got incredible footwork and a great mid-range jumper, right? I think he's looking over there saying, what do I got to do to get a foul? He just isn't able to draw fouls in this region lately. And, you know, certainly I like this timeout by Coach Murdoch. Get a good bucket, stop the bleeding. Now talk to your team about defense. I wouldn't be surprised if Crimson comes out man here. Not that the zone was ineffective, but the offensive rebounding is what really hurt them there in that third quarter. And then, of course, the play of Walter there, who just was so explosive, got into foul trouble, and that technical is going to park him on the bench probably into the fourth quarter.
Big E, what'd you see here? I mean, this is a patient score from McKay. Take another look.
Yeah, I love that word patience, because while he was moving with intentionality, he was still making a read of what the defense was going to give him, but he didn't delay. He didn't look for it. He didn't decide, I got to pass. He was intentional with his shot and made a great athletic play in leaping and in fall away and then converting.
That's Big E, Ben Lindquist, Devin Dixon here in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. Hang on tight. This one feels like we might need overtime tonight. 2:50 to go in the third. 40-36, nearly a steal by Phillips. Oh, yeah. And they do get the turnover, though. It's an over in the back call. Uh-oh, now they're going to talk about it. The officials want to say, was it tipped? Was it not tipped?
It was hard to tell if Crimson touched it or not.
Didn't quite capture it all there. It's going to stay with Dixie.
It looked like one of those old defensive back things where sometimes you just have to get a hand in the lane, not necessarily a hand on the ball.
And a three by Weber. No, missed it. Lindquist grabs the rebound. And he'll slow it down and bring it into the front court.
Look, in a zone, you're not guarding a spot.
Mid-range J, and one, no, it falls off the rim.
And that's going to be another critical foul for Dixie, as we're going to suddenly see them in some foul trouble here. That's going to be Forsey's third. I don't think enough to take him off the court here, but this is what we've been trying to talk to these high school kids about all the time, is go until somebody stops you, right? Looked like he just grazed the elbow there, and you hate to see that on your third foul. You hate to see a missed free throw, too.
Crimson trying to inch closer. Mack misses the first from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw. I don't have one more. Second one, too strong.
And Devin, they're free for a reason. There's nobody guarding you. You got to knock down both of those.
40-36. Still a 4-point Dixie lead. 2:08 left in the third quarter. Right to the middle to Forsey. Down to Simmons. Phillips pokes it away. Murdoch goes on the court. And we've got a jump ball call.
And that's going to be a Crimson basketball there. What's interesting is Crimson seems to be a little more energized now suddenly, and diving on the floor, getting to those loose balls. They're cutting off those inside interior passes. 40-36, under 2 minutes in the third quarter. I think you're right, Dev. Expect a close one.
Carroll to Taylor. Trev down to the block, terminates the dribble. Looking for a pass, finds Drake. He'll set his feet and let it fly. No good. Rebound Forsey.
Good shot there.
Good shot.
You know, he's a 33 to 38% three-point shooter. Feet set. I like it even more when he's wide open.
40-36, 1:30 to go third quarter. Dixie by 4 with the possession. Two-guard action up high. Weber to the middle, breaks down the defense. Reverse lay-in, Simmons, and he got it with some English off the window.
Again, the driver gets to the key and has room to make a decision and find an open guy under the basket.
Drake Carroll down the lane. That little flip shot short. Rebound Dixie.
And that's where I'd love to see a jump stop, right? You know, it's happened a couple of times when Walter had those big blocks. Come to a jump stop. Everybody wants to block shots, so come to a jump shot, lift him with your eyes and the ball, and then go up into him, draw contact, or get a wide open shot.
Forsey, right wing, three-point line extended. Davey straight away, over to Weber, left angle. Webb, back to Simmons, moving that ball quick. Hot potato, nobody bouncing it, just passing it. Oh, and he shuffled the feet.
Hop step there. And it's been interesting. They're playing off of Davey, and I think they could probably even play off a little bit of Simmons there in this zone defense as we see them getting wide open. But you see, watch, he just kind of before he puts the ball down, he kind of just hops. I like the reverse pivot, square up, see the three-quarter court, and make your move then.
6-point deficit. Can Crimson get closer? Drake Carroll, yes! Nothing but the bottom for DC.
And I think Coach Murdoch is saying maybe a little, oh my goodness. Wow.
Take another look at that bucket by Drake, Ben.
I know Coach Murdoch, he likes to run them down the shot clock, make sure they get last possession, but you have to shoot those in-rhythm, wide-open shots. This time, it looks genius because they get an easy turnover, Dev. That's turnover number 10 for the Flyers, and they get another chance here to cut it to either 2 or 1. Coach Murdoch's going to make sure they get the last one here.
Down to 7. Taylor, pass to Drake. Good hands by Drake. Flip it up. Good if it goes. No, tip up won't go. And that'll do it for the quarter, or is there a couple tenths left? They'll say that's it for the quarter. Entertaining quarter. We go to the fourth. When we come back on the Fan Sports Network, on the Wilkinson scoreboard, 42-38, Dixie has the lead. Don't you dare go away.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5s.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Today's game is brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Nets on Fire, and Intermountain Sports Performance.
Couple updates as we welcome you back here. 41-39. Hurricane leads by 2 over Cedar at the end of the third quarter. And a close one over at Pineview as well at the half. It was just a 2-point game. We'll get you an update at the latest on that one soon. Here it's 4 points. Dixie has the lead going to the fourth quarter. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, Eric Ludenbach here at the hanger. Simmons down low, turns, faces, scores it.
You got to know that play's coming. They've run it the entire game. It's a back screen, down screen action. Right here, he sets the down screen. You've got to jump to the basketball, right?
Lindquist kick out to Taylor. Our listeners are starting to tweet the fan SN that we have no basketball rules yet from Ben tonight. There is a mid-range baseline jumper for Drake.
It's basketball rule number 7, which is jump to the ball and block the cut. It's fundamental. Come on. Bill Walton would be rolling over in his grave if he's not at a Grateful Dead concert tonight.
Big E, I enjoyed, after we lost Bill, Big E, I happened to be golfing with Big E, and man, the stories you have with Bill Walton, phenomenal, buddy.
You know, he was a special man, and he loved life, and he loved the game of basketball.
And some people are critical, but I always loved listening to him as a broadcaster. He just had fun.
He had fun, and he was an extremely intellectual man, and one of the kindest men I've ever known.
Under 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. 4-point Dixie lead. Shot clock for the Flyers down to 12. Dump it into Davey. JJ, shoulder shimmy. Stays with the left hook, and he got it! JJ Davey!
And they've really stuck to that mission to get the ball in the paint.
Taylor left-hand flip shot, but no, won't go.
And just not like...
And a whistle and a foul on a reach-in.
Just not his strong suit, right? If you're gonna go to the hoop against this Flyer team, you have to be under control, and you have to use a shot fake. You can't just turn around and throw the basketball up. You can't just try and go up through them. You've got to be able to use the fundamentals of the game, as we see J.J. Davey here, who just lowers the shoulder and does a nice baby soft hook.
Inbound and another whistle and a foul.
And that's going to be 3 quick ones on Crimson here to start the fourth quarter. That's going to be 2 on Drake Carroll. The only one really in foul trouble is J.J. Eaton with 3. And this is a design play as well. Looked like maybe a travel.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm very impressed, and almost to the point where I'd want to come watch a Dixie practice. Their bigs or their inside guys, they can go over both shoulders. They're patient, and they keep the defense where they need them to make a lot of these easy chip shots.
Forsey, after drawing the foul, heads to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Join their unlimited car wash club today. Stop by and get all the details. Every time you get your car wash, you save big at the pump on your gas or diesel fill-ups at your 2 Southern Utah Fabulous Freddy's. Forsey makes the first. The second one is no good. Rebound Lindquist. Mack will give it up to Drake, and Drake will bring it across half court.
That's going to be 16 for Forsey, who's been kind of quiet since that explosive second quarter.
And a 3 lined up by Murdoch. Splash! Down it goes!
And a much needed 3-pointer for Crimson as they were able to cut the lead now. Great little pin down play. Yep. Goes off the ball screen, roll action, and then you just pop and you're wide open if the other guy's done his job. Well, they're going to do the same play right at him.
And Forsey can't hit this 3-pointer. Rebound again to the Mustangs. Here comes Mack across the timeline, rocking the white headband again tonight. with the Kobe's. And a mid-range J. Nothing but the bottom for McKay Lindquist. He's got 14.
And the first semblance of a run here in the second half for this Mustang team is they've done a good job of just staying in that fighter's distance, the jabbing distance, if you will, and a chance here to get another stop and maybe tie or take the lead in this ball game here in the fourth quarter. 5:09, 47-45.
Down inside, reverse lane, good! And he's holding his calves. Weber is down on the court after he scored the bucket. Maybe a cramp, guys?
It looks like a cramp. I didn't see anything, like a non-contact or anything like that. It looked like as he probably took off for that. Maybe just didn't get enough Gatorade today, getting prepped for this big home game.
Hey, a basketball observation a la Ben Lindquist here. Being a good passer is not just seeing where the pass should go. It's passing it to where the guy can do something with it who receives it. Last couple minutes, for both teams, there have been passes where a guy could go score, or it was in the pocket so he could shoot it, and as a result of the pass being in the right place. And so I'm impressed with that from both teams in the last couple minutes.
Thrilled to have Big E with the brilliance in the broadcast booth tonight. I couldn't agree more. 5 minutes exactly to play.
And it looks like Dixie's going to jump into a little 2-3 zone. Critical for this Crimson team to get the ball. Well, to not turn it over, but to also get the ball.
Britton Phillips. Oh
what
my
a great
goodness!
shot by Phillips. But
that
to get
was
the ball
special.
in the paint, and they do that. It was a little unorthodox as it almost looked like a turnover. Bounce to the right guy. J.J. Eaton makes a great little pocket pass. And Britton Phillips turns over his left shoulder, jump hook, and knocks it down.
Passes in the zone are different than passes in man-to-man.
Mark that bucket down. That cuts it to 2. We're searching. I don't think we've seen it yet. Our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. And a close one, it's coming. Down the stretch we go. 4 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Forsey fadeaway off 1 foot. Got it! Tyson Forsey! Lindquist at the other end stops. Kicks it out to Drake. Back to McKay. He'll line up a triple hierarchy. Not this time.
Maybe a little bit impatient. Get the ball inside. Shot fake him. Then go in and get that ball in the heart of the zone.
51-47. Dixie with the lead. Lindquist extending the defense out on Carter. Over to Mac Howard. Mac all the way to the rack. And he scores it. Mac Howard's first points of the night.
Mac Howard, of course, his dad, a great player at Ricks College and Westminster.
Sister plays with Livy Hamlin, Kelly Howard over at Snow Canyon. And a whistle and a foul.
This is going to hurt again, as I think it's Walter. Oh no, they're going to give it to J.J. Davey. That's going to be his second. Boy, that was a close one. I thought maybe Walter got it. As we see the replay here, great dribble drive penetration. But Devin, why are you so tight to a guy at half court? He can't shoot a 3 from the deck. Well, I guess they could at the end of the first quarter, but in that situation, give him a little bit of space. Guard him with your distance, with your hand, and don't let him go to his strong hand.
Yeah, he was unencumbered all the way to the basket.
Murdoch.
And like I said, Murdoch doesn't miss free throws. He is a blistering 8 of 8 from the foul line, 100%, 53-49. You got to make sure that you get this thing to 1 or 2 if you're Crimson, because Dixie, they'll go 4 corners and wait it out.
And Murdoch 82% coming into tonight from the foul line. So a great shooter in that regard. 3 minutes to go. 53-49, Dixie by 4. Carter working on Lindquist and altered the shot. Carter can't find the touch. Offensive rebound, Davey. Kick out to Howard. Howard with 1 on the shot clock doesn't realize, and are they going to reset the shot clock? Did it touch the rim? I don't think it touched the rim. Does it touch the rim? I don't think we got the replay early enough there. So the shot clock never reset, but they granted maybe a timeout to the Flyers, I think.
Yeah, and it looks like the officials are having a little bit of a conference call here.
Let's take a quick break. They'll sort it out. We'll be right back in a tight one from the hangar. Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
Back live here at the hangar, live action, lob alley-oop, not this time. Simmons had a great look. Lead pass to Britton. Phillips lost the handle and was a reach-in foul called defensively.
That'll be Davies' third. Great decision by Britton Phillips there to just calm down. It was one on too many there, and looks like Trevor Taylor will come in and relieve him.
53-49, Dixie by 4.
Just under 3 minutes, critical for Crimson to get something easy here.
And Lindquist in the middle. Jump stop, kick back out. JJ, nothing there. Kick out to Lindquist in the corner. Into Taylor. Taylor to the middle. Outside, good look by Drake Carroll. Got it! Huge! Nets on Fire 3 for DC 1-2.
A bit of a broken play, but they made something out of it.
And at the other end, Mac Howard with the haymaker right back at him from downtown.
And this has happened a couple of times to this Crimson team where they've been a little lackadaisical in transition and celebrated a big play there by Carroll. Howard gets a wide open three, and they don't match up and find shooters in transition.
Quick break, 2:15 to go. Still Dixie by 4 on the Fan Sports Network.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Wilkinson's House of Lighting, The Rink, Jersey Mike's, and Coral Canyon Golf Course.
Back live here, Crimson with the basketball. Got some score updates, but an offensive foul called on Drake Carroll. Tyson Forsey sold the play. Take another
It'll be
look.
interesting to take a look at this one, Dev.
Oh my gosh, I didn't capture it, guys. My mistake. We don't have another look. That's on me. Real quickly, Cedar leading Hurricane by 3, and Pineview started the fourth quarter leading at Desert Hills by 6. We'll keep you posted. That Panthers Thunder game also streaming on our website and YouTube page. And a bump foul the other way is called by J.J. Eaton as Howard has come in and provided Dixie a boost off the bench.
Well, none bigger than that three-pointer, because at that point it was 53-52 for Dixie. He knocks down the three. He had that driving layup and an early candidate for our sub of the game.
And Matt Coward can't connect from the fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Hey, tonight's game brought to you by Scooter's Coffee in Hurricane. Amazing drinks served amazingly fast by amazing workers over there. Stop by for delicious smoothies, coffees, breakfast, eats on the go at Scooter's Coffee. 5-point lead.
Quick update, just under a minute. Cedar 55, Hurricane 54, Pineview 48, Desert Hills 40 with 3:02 left in the fourth.
Here, 57-52, so all three games are tight tonight. On a Wednesday night, Region 9 style, where I've always said for years, expect the unexpected. A three-pointer and a foul. It doesn't go, but Lindquist will head to the line for 3 free throws.
And I'll tell you, especially with an explosive jump shooter, The official has to protect the landing. And this has been something I know that this Crimson team has been complaining about, is when you lift up in the air, it's dangerous to not let a guy come down with it, as Lindquist finally connects on a free throw there. But great job of being explosive and coming aggressive off of that ball screen and shooting it to make it.
He makes the first two, second one, nothing but nylon.
And this has a chance to cut the lead to 2. Look for Crimson, if he makes this, to pick up full court here.
And he does. Lindquist has got 17 on the night. And the lead is down to 57-52. Dixie with the advantage and the possession, 1:27 and ticking to go in regulation. Forsey over to Davey. Davey to Howard. Howard back to Simmons. Carter looking for an entry, nothing there.
Whoa, wow.
Forsey, drive, head fake. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Flyers using clock here. Carter spins. 7. Got to kick it. Davey. Forsey's going to have to let it fly. Down to 1. He'll take a deep 3. He got it! He got it! Tyson Forsey from way downtown. Blocked out of bounds by Forsey defensively.
Look, that's a breakdown here. You have to know on this screen right here, Trevor Taylor has to be up. That's too late on a shooter like that.
Driving the lane, Murdoch. Crimson fans wanted to foul, nothing. Leak out, Simmons, two-hand dunk! The hanger is exploding! Dixie, 62-55. Drake Carroll at 3, no! And a whistle and a foul on a loose ball rebound. This place is hopping. The Flyers came in number 5 in the RPI. Crimson was number 8. But Crimson was 5-0 in region. Dixie was 4-2. And the Flyers on the verge of handing the Mustangs their first region loss of the season.
And an electric play from Colin Simmons, perhaps the tallest player in Region 9 right now, as he'll go to the free throw line here to try and knock these down. 7-point game, 34 seconds left. It's going to take maybe another miss here and a quick 3 and a steal for this to continue to be a contest, but give credit to Tyson Forsey, who hits an incredibly large shot there.
Great rebound by Murdoch to Eaton, to Drake, to Taylor. Taylor to Mack. Mack wants the 3 if he can get some room. He'll jackknife it up, no, but a whistle and a foul. Lindquist, who just hit 3 freebies, will head back to the stripe.
And I think he's saying, finally you called it, but that's maybe a little bit undisciplined there. Dixie didn't need to foul. This will potentially cut it to 4. But give a lot of credit to Dixie. That 3 by Tyson Forsey, a breakdown on defense, not being up on the screen. This is going to be one that Coach Murdoch goes back and looks closer at and goes, man, we had it. It really came down to 3 or 4 big possessions. The one at the end of the half, not finishing off the play. The one there on the
with
ball
1
screen.
second on the shot clock.
Starting, yeah, all the offensive rebounds to start the third quarter. So I think, this one's going to sting for the Mustangs as they build a 2-game lead in region.
But you know what? It's going to make that rematch so fun, and it's going to make them both battle-tested for the state playoff run that they both hope to go on.
Absolutely. And again, we started in our pregame talking about this Flyer team, in particular Coach Roberts, who always has his teams ready to play. They weathered the storm there, as Big E talked about, the end of the first, start of the second. Got a little momentum going in the locker room. Came out, got some offensive rebounds. Crimson battled back. And then just a couple of really big plays. They countered every single Crimson big play with a big play of their own. You want a fighter's chance. In this case, sometimes you get that jab, you get a little stunned, you counter back with another jab and a 1-2, and that's what Dixie did all night.
What a luxury for Dixie to leave Walter and have a kid like Simmons come in and be active at both ends of the court, changing the tone of the game.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to decide. Is it Simmons with the sub of the game, or is it going to be Chris Howard's boy?
Mack, yeah. And there is Mack Lindquist there. who's got 18 now after another free throw. That's 4 in a row. He'll have a second coming here. And this can cut it back down to 4 if he can make the third. Second one is true. You got to foul quickly if you can't get a steal. And they do get to set up the full court press. Here is it 3 straight from the line from McKay Lindquist.
Great confident stroke.
They outlet it to Howard, over to Simmons. They haven't fouled yet. They're going for the steal. They get in Forsey's hands and they foul Forsey.
My goodness, you don't want to foul their best shooter and best player. You had multiple opportunities early in the clock
to get Simmons or
who
Howard,
just missed 2.
Yeah.
Howard, who just went 1 of 2. You know, it's just hard because we have to remember these are 16-year-old kids, and this is kind of that first big region game as the favorite now, as Crimson still is. Dixie's obviously got something to say about that tonight as Forsey knocks down the first of 2.
Well, and I'm sure everybody around the region kind of rooting for, the Flyers a little bit tonight to bring them a little closer to the rest of the pack.
Absolutely.
Forsey's first one is good. Second one drops through the net. What a night for Forsey. 15 seconds to go. Drake across half court. They need a 3. And Drake Carroll gets it. And the lead is down to 3. 64-58. The Mustangs won't go away. Take another look. Big E.
Yeah, did a great job of making them move to get away from the defender and had an open shot and hit it. It's a big-time play.
And I've always thought that, anytime there's under a minute and you've got the lead, you've got to give a little more pressure, right? A guy like Carroll, he gets at the foul line unguarded until he really got to the three-point line. Pick him up a little bit. You've got 4 fouls, so you can't just give away a meaningless foul. But make him go to his offhand and shoot an off-balanced prayer of a shot. Instead, he just dribbles down, steps into it, and lets it fly.
Another great thing about that play was I see even at the highest levels of college, guys will come down late in the clock like that, and they'll shoot it from 6 feet behind the line because the clock's running.
Drake,
he made the move and went to the spot and hit a normal shot.
Drake Carroll now has 20 tonight. Lindquist, I believe, also has 20. 40 from the 2 guards of Mustangs, and they're still down by 3. Good news, though, in the Luke Udiot American Family Insurance timeout. Give me a second to remind everybody, the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert is on tonight after the game at Yogurtland until they close. Just ask for the Big Score Dessert. Buy 1, get the second equal or lesser value, and Holbrook Asphalt pays for it.
And real quick, you don't want Tyson Forsey to get the ball. You got to make sure he doesn't get it. Got to foul him right there as he does. So you take off about a 1.2 seconds on the clock. You send Walter, who's not fresh, and a chance here, Dev, with a couple of misses to tie the ball game. And if even he makes one of these, it's 4. You go down, see if you can get a bucket in 4 seconds, and then in and out there for Walter.
I want to thank some of our sponsors tonight: Red Rock Real Estate, Down East Clothing.
Got a box out here.
Coral Canyon Golf Course. Hope to have some coaches' comments.
Get that.
And it's missed. And Lindquist gets fouled. A foul on Tyson Forsey.
And maybe the worst possible thing is fouling with 2 seconds, 2/10 of a second coming off the clock. You send Lindquist to the foul line for the chance to cut this thing to 1 with plenty of time now. You just got to let that go. I think it's kind of a chippy foul. But when a guy goes to the ground, you kind of force the ref's hand.
Lindquist got the first, and it's a 64-62 game. This would cut it to 1, or do you want to miss and try to fight for an offensive rebound?
I think you make it here with 6 seconds. You make it, you cut it to 1. And then you make sure that I would take the guy guarding the baseline guy, throwing it in, off ball, so that you've got a second guy on Forsey. Make it go somewhere else. Colin Simmons just missed 2. Howard just went 1 of 2. Walter just went 0 for 2. The only guy you don't want touching this basketball right now is Tyson Forsey, who is blistering hot here in the second half, and with a game high 23.
By the way, another rink, skatetherink.com update. OKC just beat the Utah Jazz 123-114. That's a final. There's only 47 seconds left over at the Thunderdome, and it looks like Pineview is going to escape, barring a miracle comeback there, 52-45. So it's a 7-point lead for Pineview on the road tonight.
You got to give it to them there. 7 points in 47 seconds. That one might be in the bag, but we said that we were already writing the eulogy there for this Crimson team, and they've battled back into it. But again, knock down this free throw. And get it out of Forsey's hands, get that quick foul, and maybe give yourself a look for a game-tying three if they knock down both with about 3 or 4 seconds.
Lindquist, the second free throw, he got it. They set up the press. Murdoch fouls quickly, and not much time went off the clock, and it's Carter to the free throw line.
They took a little home advantage there as they took 1 full second off there.
Yeah, that moved pretty quick.
You got to love that, though. That's what home court advantage is all about.
Carter on the season will head to the line. He's a 67% free throw shooter. By the way, congratulations to Cedar Reds, their first region win.
And surprising.
They beat Hurricane.
Looked so good beating Crimson.
And Carter misses. Door open for the Mustangs.
So I'd love to hear Big E's analysis. I'll give my 2 seconds here as well. I was going to just ask, do you call a timeout here or after he misses it? I like the call here, Big E. What do you think?
Yeah,
make him think about it.
I think it's make him think about it, and then right now focus on getting the rebound, and that first pass, wherever it goes, long, short, has got to be crisp, and then move as a team down the court. There's a lot of time and 5 seconds left. And worst thing you can do is shoot from 40 feet with 3 seconds left.
Exactly. This is basketball rule number 13, Dev, is when time's running down and you don't need a 3, put pressure on the defense, go to the hole, and if somebody helps, you got to instinctively know that means somebody's open, right? Jump stop, find the open guy, and let another guy be the hero, a la Steve Kerr and guys like that.
Yeah, great analysis from Big E and Ben all night long. 5.1 seconds remaining, 64-63. Dixie has the lead, but they've got to make this free throw to get it to 2.
Well, and you got to make sure that you get this defensive rebound,
if
too.
he misses, yes.
You know, this
Carter to the line.
Carter doesn't look super comfortable on that first one, but generally a good foul shooter.
Carter free throw, second one is good. 65-63. 5 seconds to go. Taylor to inbound. Trevor Taylor looking finally to Drake. Drake with 4, crossed half court with 3. He'll take the leading three-pointer, and he hit it! And he hit it! Drake Carroll hit the 3, and he won the game! Are you kidding me?
Unbelievable.
Are you kidding me? Take another look.
Look at this. And again, there looks to be some kind of commotion here on the floor as the Crimson fans have stormed the court. And you can't fault them for the excitement, but, you know, I don't think anybody likes the way that rolled out there. But let's talk about what did go right. A great play there. Looked like almost a 5 seconds call, and I think that's maybe something that Coach Roberts was frustrated with. But this game, I think, is over there as we go back and look at the replay. And we get the clock down in the bottom corner. 3 seconds goes up. Boom. The clock has
stopped for a second. And then it started again.
It looks like he called a timeout, and there should be 0.6.
Yeah,
0.6 seconds left. And I wish this is where we could get the official to come up and take a look so that it's exactly right. But I think what Coach Roberts is saying is that should be a technical potentially on Crimson for storming the court. And really, I feel bad for the administration for Crimson because you can't contain that many guys. You need 7 or 8 cops over there to try and get all that excitement off the court.
You called it. They put 0.6 on the clock.
Yep, I think that's exactly right. You got to catch and shoot it quick or tip it in. It's an inbound here. Running the baseline is Weber. And oh no, they call a foul. They called a foul. Forsey took a block charge call. Britton Phillips ran through it, and it worked. And free throws for the Flyers. 2 free throws for Dixie. I don't know if we caught the replay or the very end of it, but I think he did. He ran right through him.
Well, look, I kind of chuckle a little bit because that's a Coach Lynn special. They actually practiced and ran that play as we see Forsey with the foul shot here.
And he made it! He made it! We are tied! It hit the back iron, went high in the air and dropped through the net. 66-66. This one, with .6 on the clock, would give Dixie the lead back. They empty the lane. Forsey has the basketball. One more fabulous Freddy's free throw here for Forsey, who's been incredible tonight. And he got it! He got it! Crimson's got to go. They get it to Lindquist. He'll flip it up. It's short. Dixie wins it 67-66. They storm the court. Now the Flyers are on the court. And they're trying to keep the Flyer fans out of the Crimson bench area. This one had it all. Oh my, what an instant Region 9 classic where you can honestly say, expect the unexpected.
I'm a little bit speechless, but look, you got to give it to the refs because they put the appropriate amount of time back on the clock. They drew up a great plan in the timeout, which is, and then, again, it's funny because I can hear Coach Lynn in my head right now. He used to practice that, where with no time on the clock or limited time on the clock, you would send the guy and you just have the guy post up on the baseline, and as that defender's running, he's tracking the ball, and he just motored over Tyson Forsey, the best foul shooter, who got the bounce of the Flyer right there. That thing hit around and went it through, because I'll tell you, it looked like we were heading to overtime there. If nothing else, a Crimson victory. Great drop by Coach Roberts there. You feel for the Crimson team, but what a great Region 9 basketball game.
No question about it. We will clean it all up in the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show after a timeout. Again, the final on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Dixie wins it in dramatic fashion, 67-66. You watched it, you heard it, right here on the Fan Sports Network.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill.
Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice.
Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah vacationrentals.com.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegber from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Today's game is brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Nets on Fire, and Intermountain Sports Performance.
Welcome back here, everybody. Johnson Pediatric Postgame Show. We caught our breath for a minute. Devin Dixie, Ben Lindquist, and now Coach Tyler Roberts has joined us in the broadcast booth. And Coach, what a game, a Region 9 instant classic. Your immediate reaction?
Wow. I mean, I don't even have much to say right now. I'm a little pissed off, but that's okay. I'm happy and pissed off. I'm mad at the same second, right?
That got crazy at the end. Take me through it.
I mean, we shouldn't have fouled, I guess, multiple times and gave them an opportunity to get back in the game. And I told Tyson the last play, I said, it's 1 in a million, it might work, because if they put somebody on the ball, it's gonna work. And he said, I got it. That's it.
A great drop there. Again, I was telling Devin in the booth here that was a Coach Lynn special. We worked on that so many times. I never saw it work, though. And I think it worked once for him in the 80s, and he said, well, that's got to work again. I don't think it ever did. But what a great heads-up play. Now, let me ask you this. I saw you conversating with the official there. We actually were impressed because the officials got it exactly right with .6. And that ball game looked like it was almost over, but were you frustrated with the calls there, or was it the students came on the court? Because I was like, oh my gosh, are they going to call a technical here on the student section?
Right, I think they give a warning first.
Oh, good, okay.
Typically, so I think they can wave that off. But, I mean, great fight for Crimson, obviously. I mean, Lindquist was unbelievable tonight, honestly. Drake had a freaking phenomenal game. And that's Region 9 for you. I mean, everybody thought we were down this year, and you know, to have an opportunity to protect our whites here at home was an awesome experience, to be able to have our guys have that. And we've been battling all the sickness and the injuries, and just our guys to believe, and we put in a game plan, and honestly, they executed it. They really did for most of it, except for maybe 3 or 4 possessions that kind of hurt us.
How about Tyson Forsey, the 3 with the shot clock down to 1?
Yeah. He's done that a bunch of times this year, which has been crazy, but there's no other guy that I would want the ball in his hands to make a play, and then obviously with the free throws, just getting him in the right spot to succeed.
Yeah, he just has a scorer's mentality. So one of the things we noticed early on is that you guys were really trying to get the ball into the paint. Is that something you were focused on, or just part of the natural offense?
Yeah, we had to change some things, you know, compared to last year's team to this year's team, and find out what our strengths were. And having multiple big guys is something we have to do. We got to be able to get it in the post.
Almost a couple of twin towers in Walter and Simmons. Talk to us a little bit about Chris Howard's boy coming on the court, getting that early bucket and another big 3, as Drake had hit a 3 down here, and then he comes down and hits a bucket here to counter it. And you guys seem to do that all night. Crimson would make a big play. You guys would come down here and strike right back.
Yeah, I mean, Mac was unbelievable tonight. We went to a little spread offense. He got that layup, which was huge, and then the transition 3, just let it fly, and then the free throw. You know, free throw's big for a sophomore to come in and give us those minutes that he did. Was so fun to see him succeed. Obviously, it's about these guys and that experience that they've had, that they get right here in the hangar.
Well, and I maintain this is one of the hardest places to play in. It's even hard to call a game. It's so loud in here. The band is into it. The crowd is into it. And like you said, there's something about protecting the whites, that home uniform.
Yeah, and that's what we talk about. Again, this region, I don't think there's anybody that's going to go undefeated, which we talked about at the start of the year, and I think that kind of it goes to show right now that Region 9, anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah, I thought it would take past the halfway point, but Cedar won tonight, so they got their first win, and you guys hand Crimson their first loss.
And Pineview beats Desert Hills. Let's make sure that score.
Yeah, that's
Pineview 56-52 over Desert Hills at home for Desert Hills, a loss there. And Pineview, just when they looked like they were out of it last week, They come back and get another, they get another win against Desert Hills. So you guys are right back into it.
Yeah, and that's good for Pineview, right? The great Coach Lynn, what a good win for him. He'd be clapping upstairs right now. So.
I'm curious. We talked a little bit about halftime about Coach Lynn. I'm curious if you've got that one Coach Lynn story that you were like, oh my gosh.
I was young, honestly, and then I've mostly heard stories. My brothers both went to Pineview, so I'd go to the games, and I still remember the brawl that broke out with Dixie Pineview back in the day and all those good old days. But, I mean, he's one of the greatest, obviously, all time. And I think the coolest thing is, honestly, like, I've had a lot of people reach out and just, they talk about Coach Lynn and the impact that he's had on their life. And really, at the end of the day, right, I mean, that's what it's about. Cody Weber talking about it, Ben Peterson, these guys, it's like, that's what it's about. I think,
that's why you do it.
That's
right?
why we do it.
You want to leave a legacy. You want to shape young men and teach them how to grow up and be viable members of the community. It's what it's about, really, at this level.
Real quick, one more question. We're going to get Tyson Forsey on for a couple comments, but Coach Roberts with us here. Coach, how much momentum does this give you, especially going into Hurricane, who got you the first go-around?
Yeah, definitely momentum. Definitely got to get guys healthy again. Just Tyson's finally getting that bounce back in his step. Tyler's still a little sick, but I think it's, if you can win at home and then you can go still a couple on the road, that's kind of the key right now for us.
Coach, we'll let you go enjoy it with the guys. Heck of a win tonight, Region 9 style.
Thanks.
Region 9.
Good job.
Region 9 delivers tonight. All right, Coach is going to hand the headset to Tyson. We're going to get Tyson Forsey. Ben, 25 tonight for Forsey?
25 points, none bigger than the foul shot there, and I can't wait to ask him about that.
He's strapping on the headset. Tyson Forsey, 25 points tonight. Tyson, how's it feel? Huge win tonight.
Oh, man, it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, 0.6 seconds left. We kind of I think everybody in the gym was kind of like, what's happening? And man, that bounced up, and if you see me, I was standing, I was like, bounces in, so, I mean, it's great.
So, as every good shooter, sometimes when it leaves the hand, you know it's good.
Oh, that first one was long.
On that one, you knew it was, you were like, oh, no, it's long, and it just got the old flyer bounce.
Yeah. Luckily, man, I've shot free throws on that hoop who knows how many times on my own time at practice, so I was confident. I was very confident going up to it, but I mean, that bounce scared me really bad.
So here's the question I've got, because I want to see if it matches up with Coach Roberts' story. The drawn play with 0.6 seconds, try and draw the foul. What did he say to you, and what did you say back on that assignment?
He said, get a charge, and I said, I got you.
Okay,
and I was like,
it matches up. The stories are...
No, yeah, credits towards him, and I mean, I was going up. Usually, I mean, I was surprised that he had someone on the ball. And so he had the ball, and I looked his head, and I made sure he knew, and I was like, go back and come back. And so I was there, took it. It hurts, but I mean, luckily I got it.
Well, great shot. The other play I want to know about is that three. I've been in this gym. I've seen you hit a lot of shots, including some scrimmages and such like that. When you come off of that, what's your mentality as a shooter?
Bottom net. Just get off of it.
That's the right answer too, Dev.
Yep. We do that, back to my, by myself in the gyms with my dad. We put a chair. I come off the screen and let it fly. And I mean, I love the last second shots. I love when I get that chance. And JJ coming up and set a screen. He's a great screen setter, so I love that.
Tyson, a lot of people talked about how you were the only guy coming back with experience. But talk about your teammates. This core and your other guys have really started to believe that they can do what last year's team and be ready to make a run at the state tournament.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love my team to death. We go hard in practice. We hang out with each other, almost every day. We're so together, and that's I think our biggest thing is we were like, last year we had that chemistry. This year, I never played with them last year. I was just varsity. So this year we were coming into it, and we were like, we got to get together, and I think it's coming well.
Tyson Forsey, hey, go enjoy it with your teammates. Heck of a performance tonight.
Thank you, guys.
25 points. It's your Finley Subaru star of the game. Tyson Forsey, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Quick break. We're not done yet. Post-game show presented by Johnson Pediatric. We got some awards to hand out right after a quick timeout. We'll tally up all the stats and put a bow on this one. Stay with us here.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose. Proud sponsor of local sports.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture? Your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com. Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Today's game is brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Buck's Ace Hardware, Dealer Collision, and Findlay Subaru.
Back here at Dixie High School, it is a final 67-66. Flyers in dramatic fashion win it by one. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, Eric Rutenbach, and we just heard from Coach Roberts, just heard from Tyson Forsey. Let's officially name him our Findlay Subaru Star of the game. Go see the All-Star lineup on the Sabin side of the freeway. But does he get the AWP Playmaker Play of the Game too on the charge call he took?
I think so. Name a bigger play than that.
Or the three with one on the shot clock. I mean, they were both huge.
I give it to that. It was sudden death at that point for Dixie. And if he doesn't pull that play off, they don't win the game. And, look, it's funny, the bounce of the ball, right? It never comes down to one possession. Although I think everybody watching will feel like, oh, well, Britton Phillips did, that was his fault. It wasn't. That was just a great design of a play. And for all of these kids, look, that's a learning experience. Maybe you take the guy off. Biggie and I were talking off break, and we asked, hey, Biggie, what do you do there? Do you pull the guy off ball so that you can play 5-on-4 with 0.6 seconds? I think probably I would. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think with 3 seconds, maybe a different decision. You want to contest it. You can't make it hard for them to get the ball up the court. But with 0.6, any catch becomes almost the impossible turn out of your hands, almost.
It has to be a simultaneously catch and shoot with 0.6 because, correct me if I'm wrong, 0.6 is the only amount of time that it's possible to catch and shoot.
I think so.
But you can't catch, take a dribble, and then set up. It would have had to be
0.5 or less. It has to be a tip.
It has to be a tip. Yes. So at that point, pull the guy off the ball.
And then you're just trying to stop a catch.
Yeah, then you're free safety in that thing, right? And I think, I've never seen that play work. We've tried to run it a couple of times, and for whatever reason it worked tonight. Great draw up in the huddle. I'm curious, though. I can't wait to go back and watch because to my record, Dixie was out of timeouts. And so I don't know if they took an extended amount of time to make sure of the time.
Timeout to check the time.
But boy, if they did, excellent job for Dixie to draw that thing up so quickly.
I think in the post game, he articulated something that was critical. Coach prepares that play. That it still requires someone to be on the ball for it to work. Okay, so someone's on the ball. He talked about communicating with the inbounder to make sure to do it so that his positioning in the key would work. I mean, a lot of stuff had to happen in 0.6 seconds to change the outcome of this game.
And it not only worked by design, but down the stretch on that foul shot, as we heard from the horse's mouth, Forsey said, oh my gosh, yes, it was long. Because the shooters, we all know what the loop in, loop out feels like. It feels good leaving the hand, and it just hits by a fraction off, and it spins out of there. That one was clearly off. He knew it. And sometimes the ball just bounces your way. But look, final thoughts, Crimson's still in first place by a game. at the halfway point. Dixie is far from dead in the region, as we kind of thought, even when we talked about it media day, we anticipated that the region champion would have 3, maybe 4 losses.
We thought that it would be some attrition. We thought it would be beating up on each other.
Yeah, and Crimson a little bit of the anomaly with 1 loss. But if we look at what we anticipated, everyone else, Pineview, Dixie, Hurricane, Desert Hills, all have 2 or more losses. So we were right on par there. I think everyone, and we weren't the geniuses there, everyone kind of felt like that was the case. And so
the next 3 weeks are going to be
the
awesome.
next 3 weeks, and they come fast and furious. Multiple teams play 3 games in 1 week: a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, a Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
We got a Monday game coming up.
So it's going to be really interesting to see how the thing shakes out. I see you looking at the stat sheet. What stands out to you, Dev?
I mean, Tyson Forsey with 25, he was incredible, but, you know, the 2 dunks tonight resonate with me. The unselfish passing, you know, Dixie had, you know, a lot of hands in passing lanes tonight. 10 turnovers, not too bad. This is a really good defensive Crimson team. You know, the other thing stands out is 45 between Drake Carroll and Michaela Lindquist, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
I mean, and 16 for Murdoch. The big 3 did their thing tonight for Crimson Cliffs.
Yeah, they sure did. I think if you know, look, Crimson's going to look back at this tape and see a lot of missed opportunities and really some good opportunities to make some, you know, just mental corrections in offensive rebounding, in casual one-handed passes in the lane. As this season goes on, state tournament, later in the region season, you can't, the ball is priceless. You can't be careless with it. You have to take care of it. We talked about in the first half, you know, Dixie at the half had more double-digit turnovers. They shoot 50% and 33% from the foul line. That's 10 or 12 or 13 points that they gave up at their normal clip. And so in the second half, Crimson was a little cavalier and casual with those passes. And so I think they'll do a good job of looking at the tape. They have Snow Canyon on Friday. Dixie, I believe, has...
I saw Coach Ball here scouting tonight.
Yep.
So
Dixie has, I believe, Pineview.
Dixie has Hurricane on Friday.
Oh, Hurricane, that's right. Sorry, we did talk about that.
And that'll be our next broadcast right here live on the simulcast on the Fan Sports
And that'll be here in the hangar?
It will be right back here.
Yeah, so they get another one
That's
at
a revenge
home.
game for Dixie after losing the first matchup with the Tigers.
And something we haven't really had a chance to digest is that Hurricane, to me, surprising loss to Cedar at home.
Congrats to Coach Monks and the Reds, though, for keeping fighting. And the further you go without a win, the more the pressure kind of mounts. So that was kind of huge to get the monkey off their backs.
Yeah, and again, I watched Hurricane play Pineview at Pineview on Friday night. And if you'd have told me they were going to go up and lose at Cedar, I'd have said, there's no way. Like, absolutely no way. They moved the ball so good. Their defense was so good. But again, this goes back to what we talked to in Region 9. So much parity, so many good athletes, so many good coaches. And so it's not like any given night somebody can win, but pretty darn close.
One more award before we put a bow on this. Our Jersey Mike sub of the game tonight. Matt Coward or Colin Simmons, probably Jersey Mike subs of the game. They both gave some
I think
some good minutes off the bench.
Matt Coward's going to win a lot of awards in the next 2 or 3 years, but I think Simmons, with Walter getting that foul and for the ability for Tyler Roberts and his team to be able to swap out a twin tower on demand and have him respond the way that he did with a couple of big blocks, a couple of big rebounds, and a great dunk or two. He had the one dunk and the other put back. So great job there. I think you give it to him. I think he was the most impactful there. And from a point standpoint, he comes in and he hits double digits. But you're right, Mac Howard was 6. And I think the one where I think Lindquist hit the jumper just inside the three-point line, and it felt like momentum swung right back to Crimson. And then suddenly Howard finds himself wide open for a 3, and it just cut it just like that. Again, Dixie did that all night.
Yep.
They matched every big play right down to the buzzer when Drake Carroll, which was I feel so bad for that Crimson team and for Drake because what an incredible play for a senior.
9 times out of 10, 98 out of 100, that would have been a game winner.
Yeah,
it just wasn't tonight.
And something we haven't talked about, Crimson's never beat Dixie for Drake Carroll, for Trevor Taylor, and for Michaela Lindquist and J.J. Eaton. They've never beat this varsity at this varsity level. So that's heartbreaking to see Drake Carroll make such an individual play that was so outstanding, and yet be countered by strategy and execution.
Yeah, hit a couple huge ones. 2 threes by Drake. Both came with under 28 seconds to go in the game, and it just was not quite enough. The rematch in a few weeks over at the Fieldhouse, better believe we'll have that for you on the Fan Sports Network. Great job tonight, Ben. Big E, final thoughts? Great job tonight, bud.
I just think, in a game like this, Crimson could have walked out of here with the win, gone to practice, whooped it up. We're the bomb. Let's go. Keep it rolling. Now they're going to walk in there and grade the tape, look at some things that could have gone a lot better, realize they still could have won this game. I just hope they take the attitude of a champion or a future champion, and the heartbreak goes away, and they focus on the details. Yeah. Because this is a squad that can do great things. And I think the only other thing with Dixie, all night they're playing deliberate, they're playing loose, they're good, they got inside, outside. The 3 he hit down here after Lindquist hit his was so out of character for how they play. A quick hitter, and he pulls a 3. And he makes it. Yeah. So kudos to them for being able to, in that moment, play completely different.
Great stuff for Big E. I completely agree. You gotta take the loss and let it motivate you, and then for Dixie, they gotta take the win and hope the momentum carries them. Because there's a lot of basketball left in the regular season and a whole bunch of games, they hope, both these teams in the state playoffs, which, by the way, are up at the America First Event Center in Cedar City. So, Region 9 basketball fans, you ain't gonna have to go far to watch your favorite teams play. Of course, if you can't make it, we're going to have that entire state tournament, every single game, boys and girls, right here on the Fan Sports Network and KSLSports.com. That's going to do it for our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Again, the final on the Wilkinson scoreboard, 67-66. Dixie in a Region 9 Instant Classic. Good night, everybody.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit CoralCanyonGolfCourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.